All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the play fake. Shepard. He completes it to Julio Jones. That one goes for 24 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st and 10, Shepard. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on 1st down. Shepard. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Throwing again. Shepard. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Shepard. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
That's fielded in the end zone. Spinning past him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. Detroit.
They're going to try and throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. Wall. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but They want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
To throw on second down, Shepard. This caught by Royal. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. That's taken on the 25. He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Operating from the gun. Wall. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
To throw on third down. Wall. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Wall. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they'll run it here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there, 30 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shepard. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
On 1st and 10, Shepard. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
To throw on 2nd down. Shepard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. 6 yards. Hut.
Back to throw. Shepard. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He spins free. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Looking to throw. Ball. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wall. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
15 yards through the air and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Shepard. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
On 1st down, Shepard. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. To throw on 2nd down. Shepard looking deep for Julio. It's caught at the 10. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Shepard looking downfield for Jones. And got his man complete. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. From the gun, Shepard being chased out left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Gets around him. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Wall over the middle, he hits Austin. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wall. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ohio! Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! They scared! Watch the safety creep!
Throwing on 1st down. Shepard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
On 2nd down, Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Hot!
Freeman again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Hot!
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
Back to throw. Shepard. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking deep for Julio. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Looking to throw. Shepard. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. This quarterback now right at the 300-yard mark with still a quarter plus to go. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Shepard. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to the air on 2nd down. Shepard. He finds his target Royal. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Throwing on 3rd and long. Shepard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And it's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
Operating from the gun. Wall. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun. Wall. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. To throw on 2nd down. Shepard. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Come on, let's go. 3rd and 38. 3rd and 38.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Shepard. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will even our score at 21. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Here we go. 190. 190.
They toss to Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Blue 90. All right, now look at this.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Patriot! Patriot!
They'll give it to him up the middle. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
On 3rd down, it's Wagner trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Come on, let's go. What? Nine.
Looking to throw on second down. Shepard. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The Falcons on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun. Shepard. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Let's go.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another first down.
But think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on its toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Ohio!
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Let's go.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Falcons, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll